Hello and welcome back. Today we're going to take a look at another hidden new feature that Roku has secretly added to its Roku OS. Now they haven't announced it, at least to my account, so that's why we're going to take a look at today. It has something to do with sports. Roku has updated, or at least added an updated Sports Zone into the home screen. So now, instead of going on here with the old Sports Zone, where you just get the sport channels, the subscription services, and free content, along with movies and TV shows as well related to sports, now we have a real Sports Zone where we're going to be taking a look at scheduled events for sports events like football and hockey and soccer and all that. We're getting a real Sports Zone where we can keep track of it, so we're going to take a look at it and see what it looks like. Now, keep in mind, as I showed you, this is the old Sports Zone, where you got the icons that shows the balls and all of that. If you want to check out the new Sports Zone, you have to look for this particular icon. And it's not going to be on the home screen, at least based on my check. You have to search for it. So with the new Roku search UI, you gotta search sports. And then you're gonna get the new sports icon here. So let's take a look at it here. Now, as you can see, I have upcoming events that are happening right now live. It's gonna indicate that there. And I can also take a look at sport genres like pro football, college football, the basketballs and all of that. So I can take a look at it. And then, as you know, the NFL season's coming up. So I can take a look at games that are coming up and other things like that. So let's go up here and take a look at this, for example. So as you can see, it's showing me this game on baseball that is live right now. So it's letting me know right now that it is live and you can check it out. So you got the Dodgers at the match, and I can check it out via Sling, and it's gonna show me that channel that I gotta go to on Sling if I want to view this game. Now the game just started, so there's something that I'm kind of not liking about that, but I'm gonna have to wait and see if that is surfacing. But you can take a look at all the upcoming games. So soccer, international soccer, more baseball coming up, more soccer games coming up, and other things like that. So for example, let's view this game, and you can see I can check it out for free on Apple TV because Friday nights Apple has the baseball games. And take a look at more MLB stuff, another one for Friday on Apple. I can take a look at, let me see if I can find one that's more sections and all that. So you got soccer here, and it's gonna let you know this international soccer game is available exclusively on Paramount Plus on the Roku channel. And on a side note, Paramount Plus, the channel of it, not the actual app, is now available on the Roku channel. So now Roku is beefing up its sports content with more live stuff. Just keep that noted. But let me see if I can find another regular thing. Okay, there we go. So you got this college, I think it's football. I think it is. So you can take a look at where it's offering it. So you can see I can check out multiple channels via DirecTV and Fubo that are offering this game. Now let's take a look at one like pro basketball. Okay, nothing here. What about college? Okay, nothing here. So let's see right here. Baseball. So I can take a look at zones for particular sporting events like baseball and all of that. As you can see, got another one here. And he has a variety of channels. So I can take a look at ESPN if I want to view the Dodgers game on Sunday. And then I can take a look at more content here, like If I want to view sport content, so I can view on Paramount, on Roku, I can take it to ESPN, I can take it to all these other channels here. So weird. Baseball Zone. So you got Baseball Zone, but you got NBA and NFL. Those are not baseball stuff right here. So that's kind of weird that they have all of that here. But I can browse other sports as well. And I can view upcoming football games for Sunday. So I can see it's on CBS via these free channels. Now I can take a look at this one. This is a first day football game. I can take a look at that on Prime Video. And I can view soccer matches as well. So I can take a look at that on Paramount Plus, since they have the international soccer games. And of course, just like on the classic Sports Zone, I can check out the free live sport channels. And I can take a look at the sports apps and take a look at the documentaries and movies on that. Now, there's two things about the sports channel, not the sports channel, the Sports Zone rather. There's two things about it that you may not like. For example, I can't view teams, like individual football teams, individual soccer teams. I can't view them on here. Now, the only way I can view them is if I want to search for them. So if you want to take a look at a football team like the LA Rams, you have to search for it. So you got the individual LA Ram games, see who they're playing against on the football when the season opens. But there's no page so you can take a look at the individual football team, for example. And another thing that I don't like is that you can't add, a tracker. So, like you can track your football team, the scores of them and all of that. You can't do that on the Roku. There's no particular football team page, no particular soccer team page or fall area so you can follow the upcoming games, a notification to view it live, and other things like that. You can't do that. But with the unrelated content, like the regular general entertainment channels, you can do that. So you can follow them on the My Feed, but you can't do that with a sport team on the Roku. You can't have a My Feed for that. So just keep that noted. Now, it's been over 10 minutes. So let's go back here and let's take a look at this particular baseball team. Okay, so it's 7:10. That's when it started. It's now 7:19. So now this leads me to another thing that you gotta keep noted. There's no live scoring. To keep track of the score of if the Mets are being the Dodgers right now. There's no particular scoring for that. No area to check the scores and all that. Now, Slang out a feature where you can take a look at the baseball team score. So this is the sling interface for the live scores. So I'm viewing my show and I can take a look at a sidebar of all the live games right now and the live scores as they come in. So I can view down here as well as the upcoming listings for the other sporting events. I can view that here. So I can see live score, the Baltimore scoring 2 points. So I can view that on Sling, but on the Roku, I can't. Now, maybe this could be because, this is just a particular page and they don't offer live scores, but they should be able to offer live scores on here. And that's kind of weird that they're not doing that in real time, but, just keep that noted. Another thing, too, is that you can't, view, all the teams that are on the sporting teams, like all the individual players that are on the sporting teams. That's what I meant to say. Maybe that's not a big deal, but just another thing to keep noted too. But it's good that Roku is finally getting more interactiveness with the sports zone. And maybe this could be another element to the complete redesign of the Roku UI, and I've been thinking about that lately, as well as with the search. Now they update the Sports Zone, and now they're adding more features with it. Even though it's not really complete to me, but you got the new search UI. You got the Sports Zone updated with the real time trackers of upcoming events and other things like that. So they're finally improving on both of those things, the search and the Sports UI zone. But keep in mind though, you got the new Sports UI, and you also have the old Sports UI, the Sports Zone. So you can see you still got the old Sports Zone here if you only want to view the channels and the free content and all that. But with the new Sports Zone, you're getting more features like upcoming events, tracking events that's happening now. But there's some things about this you gotta keep knowing. Like I said, no sports team page, no following, to follow sports teams, and there's no live score on here. So just keep those three things noted. But if you don't mind it, then that's fine, and you can check it out on here with the Sports Zone on the Roku. Now, like I said, if you want to check this out, you're not gonna see it on the regular Roku UI, like for example, this one here, but to watch, you're not gonna see it on here. Let's check the Roku channel. Maybe they could have that there. So they don't have the new sports tracking feature here, but on the Roku channel, of course, you have the typical Roku live channels and on-demand content here. But keep in mind, like I mentioned earlier, you got Paramount Plus now on the Roku channel. So when I check it out, I can go down to the Sports Hub and I can check out that, and I can check out the games that they offer on the Sports Hub. Let's go deeper into the Sports Hub quickly. So you can check out at the live schedule that Paramount Plus is offering on the Roku channel. Plus, if I check out the international soccer games, it's going to have a special page. So you can see the special page here. And I can take a look at all the upcoming games. And they have the league teams on here. So I can take a look at all the teams here. Now, of course, this is the Paramount Plus on the Roku. So this is their own stuff that they're adding onto it. It's not something that Roku added. It's something that they added themselves with the developers and all that. And you can check out the same stuff on the regular Paramount Plus app. So let's keep that noted. And of course, you got the CBS Sports. But here's the thing, though, and this is the big but on the Paramount Plus on the Roku channel. We're not talking about Pluto TV. We're not talking about all these other free channels that are offering it. We're talking about the Paramount Plus on the Roku channel. You're not getting this for free. Now, on the Pluto TV app, even on the CBS Sports app, you're getting CBS Sports for free. Well, not the actual network, but the streaming channel, the HQ. You're not getting it for free on here, but you're getting it on Pluto TV. Is that a big deal? Maybe if you're into CBS Sports HQ, maybe it's a big deal. But it may not be at the same time because, like I said, you got Pluto TV, you got the regular app, so you can check out for free. But if you're into the Roku ecosystem, you may not like this one. Putting it on the pay mall, you may not like it. But let's keep that on the sports on the Roku channel. So that's a look at the new Sports Zone on Roku. Again, if you want to check it out, you have to search for it with the new search UI. And you gotta look for this particular icon that has the purple stripes and all of that. Not the old one. Because it's not going to be like fully there on the regular UI. You only get this classic one on the regular UI. If you want to get the new Sports Zone, you got to search for it on the search. And then you got to look for this icon. So let's keep that noted. So, yeah. Final thoughts. It seems like I said, this is part of the new, it seems like what Roku is doing is that, you may remember that a couple of videos ago, I was talking about Roku should overhaul its UI. And I mentioned a quote from the CEO, Anthony Wood, that said that they are taking pieces from the regular Roku channel, the Roku channel. They're gonna turn that into the Roku home screen. It seems like that's what they're doing. And all these things that we have been seeing with the past updates, with the feature free, the live TV, what's to watch, all the recommended stuff, and now even the search, they're taking all that stuff with the UI and the Roku channel with this particular interface, the grids of content instead of the grids of channels, and they're just splashing it onto the UI. The only thing that hasn't changed is the regular home screen when you get all the channels only. So, now with this new addition, the Sports Zone, it seems like that's another piece of the new UI that they're integrating onto Roku. So it seems like we're witnessing, like a construction. You're constructing a building, you gotta put in all the bricks, you gotta put in all the interiors, you gotta put in all the doors and windows and all of that. That's what's happening with the new Roku UI. We're slowly watching it build and we're seeing it construct in progress, as it happens. So we now have the new piece, the new search UI, now we have the sports UI. So it's slowly but surely, it seems like Roku is building each new UI. That's my analysis based on all of the things that we have been seeing, like the live TV, they add that here, the feature free, they add that here, the recommendations, they added that, search, they redesigned that, and now the sports zone added a new feature here where you can track the upcoming games and what's on now and all of that. So slowly but surely, we're seeing the new Roku UI come into place. It seems like now, what else is Roku going to add that we got to find for ourselves? Well, we have to figure that out for ourselves, because Roku ain't announcing it. They haven't announced the new search UI. They haven't announced the new features with the sports. We're figuring that on our own. So let's keep that noted. So, as I see more features that are slowly being added to Roku, and possibly the slow progress of redesigning the whole entire platform of it, come back to the channel, and as I figure it out, as I find it, I'll show you. So keep that noted. All right, so that's it for this edition of Roku Now. Hopefully you got the most of your Roku experience for this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.